What's up, guys? Today we're doing a tutorial on how to build a house in Minecraft. So that, if you please, needs to change it to the... I'll do it. Let's see, Seb's filming. Wait. There we go. So, a communication error has appeared, so yeah, that's okay. Great new world. Yep, it's okay. So, for this, we're gonna be doing it on creative with peaceful. And we're also gonna do it on a flat world, if I can find it. Where is flat world? Flat world, flat world, flat world. Ah, there you go, flat world. And create. Alright, there we go. Welcome to Minecraft. So, wait, let me just fix my camera angle. There we go. So, here's how you make a Minecraft house. First off, you want to get anything that's non-flammable. So, for this, I'm gonna be using bricks for this, but realistically, you can use any material you want, as long as it's not flammable. So first, you're gonna make a foundation. It should be any odd numbers so that way it'll have a center. I personally recommend a 5 by 5, so that way you have a little room to stretch out in. I mean, you can make it a little bigger, or you can make it a little smaller if you want. All that depends on is your own personal preference. So now that we have a floor, we're gonna make a wall around it. Keep one block here empty, because you'll see why in just a sec. So after you make your wall, you got the basic foundation down. And also, before we continue, I had to tell you guys, my best friend Sarah is unfortunately very sick today, and that's why she couldn't come. Can I get some hearts in the chat for her? Anyways, so first we're gonna build a door frame, and next we're gonna get a door. Choose whatever door you like, or just choose a door that matches the theme. If you don't like that, you can pick other doors. Let's see what other doors they have. Like, for example, you can pick... My personal favorite is the dark oak door. Anyways, so you can also make the wall a little high if you want some more space. I personally like it 4 blocks tall. Anyways, let's finish up this wall. Now that we've finished the first wall, it's time to get ready on the windows. So to do the windows, to make a wall like this, and then you get out some glass, whatever color you like. Just pick what your favorite color is. But if you want, you can use the normal glass. And then boom, you got your first window. If you want to make another window, you do this. Make sure to break out the excess, because sometimes that can happen. Build around it, and then boom, you got another window. And if we add some more windows like so. And if you don't want windows, you can just do this. But yeah, now you have your house. But you can notice, if you notice, there is one critical thing you're missing. The roof. So this is how you make a roof. You're gonna get a lighting source. I prefer sea lantern because it doesn't use any redstone. And for lighting, you can do it any way you want. Me personally, I like to do it in a checkered pattern. So this is how you do it. Oh wait. Oh, wait. There you go. And once you place down the lights, make sure you cover them up to make it look good. Oh. And there you have it. You have a base house. However, if you're not satisfied with the roof, then you can make a angled roof. So here's how you do it. Pick some stairs, then place them like this. One sec. There you go. Now, for the next level, you're gonna place a row of blocks like this. And then place these back on them like this, so. Oh. There you go. Now, if you want, you can actually add something right here. So, for example, you can add a fish tank. You'll see what I mean later. So, if I get a water bucket full of tropical fish. And place these bricks over it. Boom, now I have a water tank. Ta-da! Don't worry, those fish are completely safe. Now I'll fill these up. Oh. La-da-dee, la-da-doo, la-da-dum. La-da-dee, la-da-doo, la-da-dum. And what you do, and if you're wondering what you do for this, you just place a block of rows and that's it. And there you have it. That's a basic house. However, if you want to build more rooms, this is what you gotta do. Let's go in. Oh right, I forgot to put the decor, but that doesn't matter. You can place the decor wherever you like. You can put like beds, crafting tables, bookshelves. Just do whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. So to build a new room, first you're gonna break a wall like this. Make sure you place a block right here, and then put a door. Next, you're gonna walk out the door, and then build a next room. So here's how you do it. Set up the foundation. What are you looking at? Get out of here. Yeah, that's right. Get out of here. If you want something done right, you gotta do it yourselves. Come here. There you go. As I was saying, put the bricks down like this. Oh, wait. But now I can play diamond. And you just repeat what you did with this last one. However, if you just wanted to be a backyard, it could just be like this. Yes, but I'll tell you how to build a backyard on the other side. So again, you gotta do this. Make some windows. Yeah. And here's another pattern you can do with the lights. It doesn't really matter what pattern you use for the lights as long as it's lights. And get out here real quick. Place some bricks to cover the lights, because it's gonna look ugly if you don't. And there you go, you got a bedroom. Now, lastly, I'm gonna teach you how to make a backyard. So first you wanna break these walls like this, right here. Again, you gotta make sure you cover the floor. And then place a door. Floor door. Now, once you come out here, instead of using a traditional wall, you're gonna use something else. So you're gonna use a fence. Yeah, that's right, a fence. And you just gotta line up however big you want the backyard. Oops, I accidentally broke the floor. One sec. Always make sure to be environmentally friendly while you're doing this. Now we got a backyard. But if you want a fancy backyard, there is something you can do. So first, here's how you make a pool. Dig a 3x4 hole. Make sure it's about 3 blocks deep. Alright, once it's 3 blocks deep, you're gonna fill it up with some water. Not lava. That's gonna be dangerous. And boom, you got a pool. Cannonball! And if you want a hot tub... Actually, you know what? Let's strike that. This pool doesn't look that good. So, if you want to make your pool look like it's some more fancy, you want to get a block of quartz, okay? Block of quartz. 1, 2, 3. Now, first, let me drain away this pool real quick. Let me drain this pool real quick, because it is... one sec. There you go. The water's draining. So, now, this is what you do. Wait, let me just replant this. First, you want to make the floor out of quartz. And the walls as well. Huh? Was that a cow? Cows always have to get in the way. You have to fill each wall block one at a time, then dig under. Well, that's what you do in a normal mode. This is creative. But yes, normally you had to do that. Oh, my bad. Just pretend that didn't happen. Oh. If you don't see what I'm doing, I'm mining and then placing the block. And now when that looks like this, you're gonna refill it with water. And that's how you make a better pool. Now, if you want more than a pool, you can also make a hot tub. And here's how you can make a hot tub. It's not gonna be as deep as the pool, but you'll see why in a second. So again, you're gonna want to make this 3 blocks deep. However, you're gonna get a campfire next. And place it right here. After that, block it up with some block quartz. And then, again, you gotta make it out of quartz. And fill it up with some water. And then, boom, you got a hot tub. Pretty unique, huh? Now, actually, if you want a pet, you can just use a spawn egg. So I'm gonna spawn a dog. One sec. Aww, that's a cute puppy. However, I wanted a dog, not a puppy, but I think if I try to poke it with the spear, Peter's gonna get mad at me, so I'm just gonna keep it here. You are a Tina Jr., okay? And yeah, that's how you make a backyard. Now, before we end the stream, I want to show you guys one more cool trick. And then this is how to build a fireplace. And that's not gonna use campfire. So first you're gonna take back those bricks, but this time you're gonna get some netherrack. Netherrack, where the heck is netherrack? There we go. You're also gonna get flint and steel. Alright, let me just put this back. Now, you're gonna get this, a glass pane. Glass pane in particular. Wait, first let me remove this real quick. So here's how you make a campfire. Place another here, and then we can surround it with the brick up the material of your house. And do the same for the top. Huh? Oh. I thought the dog got hurt for a second. So light the netherrack on fire, and this is why I told you never to make it out of something flammable, and surround it with glass. Boom! You now have a campfire, and you now have a fireplace. And before we go, we're gonna place a jukebox, and get out a specific song. Yep, I had to do that. And that is how you build a Minecraft house. I'm just kidding, I ain't done yet. It's only been 18 minutes. I'm gonna show you my personal house I've created. This one is a lot more advanced, so and it's already built, so I can't show you it. So this is my own tech house. As you can see, it's clearly designed after a race car. The best part is if you look behind, you can actually see some rear lights. Anyways, this is what I use to build a house. So let me give you a grand tour of this car house. Up here you can see there's a fish tank. As you can see, I can really like to place fish tanks in houses. And here's how, as you can see, there's no door. Well, that's because if you pull this lever, look at the door, it opens up. And if you want intruders to stay out, you can close it back up. So in here, I have a lot of materials. Here's some iron weapons. Here's some iron itself. As you can see, I really like my iron. Here's some ore. And here's some coal. Let's go into my room next. And here's my room. There's a stone cutter, an anvil, a crafting table, a jukebox, a smoker, a blast furnace, and a furnace, a chest, which is apparently empty. I forgot to fill that chest. And a bed. Pretty neat, huh? You might be wondering, Sebastian, this house is not very big inside and it's very big outside. Well, you'll see in a second. First off, wait. First off, over here, wait, let me get in. Over here is this. So these things right here, these are controls in this door. And here's what they look like in the inside. You see? If I pull this lever, they retract, pull forward, they unleash the beast. And if you're wondering why this is so massive, it's because this is this is 3 layers. One layer is one layer is lights. You know, one layer is the lights for these lights, and on top of that layer is redstone, and on top of that is a floor to cover the ugly redstone. So what do you guys think of this house, this car house? Pretty neat, huh? Well, that's gonna be it for the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Bye! Daddy!
How was it?
Great.